Hi, I'm Ron Kardel. I'm a sixth generation Iowa turkey farmer. So part of production of any livestock, you get a byproduct of manure. And it used to be called waste. And manure is not waste. Manure is a nutrient that has great value for growing crops. So what we do as farmers, we test the soil to see what ingredients are required to grow the next year's crop. We also take samples of the manure, send that to a lab to get analyzed. So for example, to grow 1 bushel of corn takes 1.2 pounds of nitrogen. So knowing that knowledge, we know what the next year's crop's going to be, we know what our yield goal is, we can then apply the correct amount of turkey manure for the upcoming crop, realizing that only 60% of that nitrogen in the manure is available the first year, 20% the following year, and 20% the year after that. So it's kind of a prescription for growing the next year's crop, and the manure is applied to the soil and incorporated in the soil based upon the crop that's going to follow for the next year. So we send the manure to a lab to be analyzed. The main things that we're looking for are nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. Those are the three main ingredients that are required to grow corn in the Midwest and soybeans. The benefit of manure is it has a lot of the micronutrients, which we're becoming more and more aware of their importance in the soil to produce the most crop. So for example, zinc, sulfur, those things are in manure which are not in commercial fertilizer. They can be, but it's got to be added to it. And when I reference like the zinc and the sulfur, we're talking about a matter of a few pounds per acre. But those few pounds per acre can make a huge difference in the production of the crop that's coming up in the next year. Our application rate is normally from 2 to 5 ton per acre. In that regard, because we produce turkeys, we're required to have a manure management plan through the state of Iowa. We have a roadmap of this is how much manure we produce in a year, and this is where we need to utilize it, and do we have enough land to apply this manure so that we don't over apply or excessively apply, which can lead to runoff into streams or groundwater or whatever. So it's a requirement, it's a law. We have to also attend a class every year, which is just in regards to how you apply manure. So after a flock of turkey sells, we have a piece of equipment that goes through the building and basically separates the bedding from the manure. That is then taken outside of the building. It is stockpiled, which allows a little bit of a composting factor to take effect. And it's stockpiled and composted because obviously we grow turkeys year round and we cannot spread it year round. So it's composted and in a pile so that it can be fall applied, and as well as so we get to where we know what crop we're going to plant where on the following year.